No, this video doesn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy. Shame on you if you thought so. The explanation is staring you in the face right now. To commemorate this amount of subscribers, for some reason I have accumulated quite a few over the past couple of days. I thought we'd do something which personally I enjoy, which is appreciate the art of game covers, at least from the period before it all got done by computers. And I've collected covers from games I have done and a few that I haven't done but belong in the same series. So let's kick this off with The Violinist of Hammond. Yeah, this shows the basic elements nicely. Hammer, flute, oboe. And on the right side we have Sizer, as I recall. And the corner, again hammer, flute in a silly monkey costume, and the guy who plays the gold-plated piano. Or was it the solid gold piano? Yeah, Sizer and the piano player don't really factor much in the game. This is more based on the manga than the game, I'd say. And Cinema presents It Came from the Desert. See here. Da da da. Yeah, I love how this is made to look like a movie poster. If you played Space Quest 4, you might remember seeing a parody of this in there. And here, and Heads. It Came from the Desert 2 data disc. So this is both a sequel, as it has 2 in there, and a data disc. My mind does explode. And Kid Dracula. Just a collection of all the silliness in the game and what looks to be a female Frankenstein monster, given the pinkness and bow ties and the suspicious swelling of the chest. Next up, Legacy, Realm of Terror. Yeah, I really like the ambience in this, and this is quite the work of art, I'd say. Yeah. Neuromancer. Well, this is probably computer made for the most part, but still pretty old school. I'm told this is actually a heavily modified image of William Gibson himself. It says there, soundtrack by Devo. Yeah. A part of one song was done by Beeps and Boops. Look out, it's Paddy! And here, the same way as Kid Dracula, collection of all the silliness in the game. Terminator carrots, pigs on space hoppers, boxing sausages, and such. This is one of the games I actually do own for myself, and even back then I immediately loved the cover art. Samurai Warrior, The Battles of Usagi Yojimbo. Samurai Warrior is based on the Usagi Yojimbo comics by Stan Sakai. Well, that's Sakai's signature in the corner. And this is what his drawing style looks like, by the authors of The Way of the Exploding Fist. Now that's old school, if you know what that is. Okay, Shadow of the Beast. Yeah, this is what many Psygnosis games had a cover style similar to this. These wonderful surrealist works of art, which have bugger all to do with the actual game content. The same goes for Shadow of the Beast 2. At least I don't remember seeing flying biomechanical manta ray jellyfishes in the game. Maybe I just blinked into the wrong point. And Shadow of the Beast 3, which is, well, more in line with the fantasy style, but still this doesn't happen anywhere in the game really, or even anywhere in the backstory. At least I don't think so. Moving on, Star Trek 25th anniversary highlights nicely the main components: starships, Enterprise, and Klingon. I forget if that's a robot or a bird of prey. And here we have Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. And Star Trek Judgment Rides, the sequel. Again, the Enterprise with a mysterious alien looming in the background. And this time it's Kirk, Uhura, and Scotty, since the away team does change around in this game. Strife. Nice light from behind the letters, and a lovely rendition of the sigil. Not much else, though it has this subtitle Trust No One, which is not used anywhere in the actual game, though looking back I can see it sort of fits with the people possessed by alien specters. Ooh, what might this be? I like this for all its simplicity. Just a Apache attack helicopter and a big ass explosion. Of course, Desert Strike. And for comparison, the console cover. It has more happening, shows off more of the gameplay elements, with the ladder and a soldier about to grab onto it, and missiles flying, buildings, structures blown up in the background. I like how detailed the depiction of the helicopter is. And of course, next up, Jungle Strike. This time it's Comanche, and again it shows a new aspect of the gameplay, which is changing to different vehicles. And Urban Strike, of course. I like this design of the helicopter. It's like a cross between an Apache and a F-117 stealth fighter. I wish the actual in-game model would have been closer to this. Soviet Strike. Again, helicopter with the thematic background, hammer and sickle, and lots of red, and a star, and missiles. Finally, Nuclear Strike. This is a bit of false advertising in my opinion. This commando covered military force, since usually you just fly around by yourself. Again, helicopter in the foreground, nuclear mushroom cloud in the background. This is the only image I managed to find of the cover for Time Cop. I think it says, "One false move and your history." Yeah, makes allusion to time travel, or rather a pun on it. But I don't really know what this is all about. What's with the Cyclops visor? And the trapdoor. Again, simple but effective, and here's the slightly more busy Spectrum cover. Turrican. Just screams badass in my opinion. And nice touch with the smiley face on the left forearm there. But yeah, the guy is supposed to be the main character is supposed to be a guy in a high-tech combat suit. Now brace yourself for horror. This is the console cover for Turrican. I'll give you a few seconds for this to be burned into your brain. moving on. Turrican 2, the final fight. Again, badass. And a bit more enemies around, unspeakable horror squished underfoot, and a nice touch with the robot fingers going over the logo. Turrican 3 Payment Day. I think this doesn't quite match up to the previous. It looks kinda silly with the giant villain and dinosaur and the odd pose of the Turrican armor. Okay, last one, Wizkid. And similar to Patty and Kid Dracula, just a mishmash of all the silliness going on. And the torn paper edges and the strings are actually part of the cover. It's sort of a photograph of another cover.